I'm Lewis, and I'm here with a great person who just so happens to be one of the best hip hop artists to come out of Virginia. My big brother, Cameron Parker.
My brother, the vibes, bro.
Yeah.
It's good.
And so we're just here to talk about, he just released a solo debut album called Park Angel, and it's out everywhere, so make sure you guys go stream that. And just we're here to chop it up track by track real quick. So the album is 12 songs. It's an easy listen, cohesive, you know what I'm saying, thematic, you know what I'm saying, very soulful. And yeah, just a great project. So you dropped the Red Button freestyle before the album dropped. And in that song you rap that, like, you say, Teddy said I'd be a star, look what the time created.
For sure.
So is there a specific moment that impacted you the most that's connected to, like, Teddy Riley?
Yeah, man. He was like one of the first to like reach out, like in my younger days when I was part of a group by the name of Breeze Park. So, he found us out of high school. A friend of mine named Michael Williams in my Spanish class was like, bro, I love your music. Let me tell my dad about you. So I was like, sure, you know what I mean? Let's see where it goes. His dad ended up taking a great liking to my music. Turns out he was Teddy Riley's road manager. And from there, you know, he gathered us all together at my homie Ty crib, and Teddy spoke to us, pulled us out of school for a little bit to get like our recording and everything, get started in the business, and that was it. So shout out to Lil Mike, you know what I mean?
Hey, nice.
As the plot thickens in the shit, see my patience is thin. Prayers for the lions if I ever get placed in the den.
So the album provides a lot of like full circle moments. And has like full circle moments around it, down to like the instrumentation, you know what I'm saying, by some of the musicians that worked on the Strangers EP that you guys dropped in 2015 with Breeze Park, and production by Michael Seven, who produced the Reps, the great, you know what I'm saying, breakout record, and Breeze Park Blue. Pulling up to the album shoot, who was one of the original members of Breeze Park. So why do you feel that it was important for these type of like full circle steps to be taken for Park Angel? And why do you think like those things happen and are special to you?
They're definitely special to me for a lot of different reasons, you know, just for things to come around full circle like that. Like, I met him in Kingsford High School, you know what I mean? That's the high school like I went to where I finally started like to feel like I was gonna take it serious, and he was like one of the people that I looked up to because they were like, yo, he's like one of the nicest in the school. So I'm like, all right, bet. So like I would do my studies on him, and like, you know, he just took me in as a little bro and just like showed me how to get to it, and he always just pushed me to be better. And you know, it was just cool, man. I hadn't seen him in years up until that point. Like I just took a shot in the dark. I'm like, I'm gonna FaceTime and see where he at. I call him, he like, I'll be there in 5 minutes. And in 5 minutes, bro pulled up, man. So shout out to him too, man, because he was helping with the lighting for the album art. That's my brother, man. Shout out to Blue. Yeah.
I feel like those full circle moments kind of like help with the, I don't want to say like the skeleton of the project, but just like the core and the heart of the project. So those are really cool. So starting off on the first track, which is not a track, but like the intro. Mm-hmm. So in Angel's intro, where did the idea come from to create like the Park Angel radio, like the edition?
Mm-hmm. So I gotta give a lot of credit to my manager. I gotta give a lot of credit to Ro for that. We had thought of some different ideas at the time of how we were gonna open it up. He was like, yo, should we open it up with a song, or should we open it up in a way where it's like theatrical, you know what I mean, where it takes you somewhere and it has an atmosphere to start out. So I felt like that would be the best way to do it. We shot that particular part too, like the car part when the car door is shut. We shot that in the back of the crib that I shot Angel Child at. So I wanted to make sure we were in the exact area, you know what I mean, to make sure it was as true as it possibly could be. So yeah, man, shout out to Rove, man. He came up with the whole Park Angel radio. He's like, yo, we gonna do this, and I definitely look forward to continuing that on too. Like, I don't want it to be like a one-off, so I'm gonna find a way to like incorporate it with what I got going on too, going forward.
Nice.
Yeah.
I just think that with things like that, creating a through line throughout a project, it just helps it become more cohesive, you know what I'm saying, help it help it become more like individualized as a project, to where you think about that and you think about the skits and think about those things when you think about the project, and that just makes it more of a project in itself.
100%.
So track 2, Godspeed, which is produced by Sound Dealer.
Yeah.
I call that like the grand opening of the Park Angel experience.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you and Rove made that song on FaceTime.
Thanks.
Walk me through that process.
So funny enough, man, like I just was looking for something a little different in production. So I was like, you know what, man, like I know a lot of people try not to go this route, but I was like, I'm gonna go for it this way. So check this out. I go on YouTube, right? And I look up Tyler the Creator, West Side Gun type beat. And bro, like the artwork looked cool, so I automatically clicked on it and everything. And when I clicked on it and I heard the beat, Hunt was like, bro, go in over that right now, because we was already on FaceTime. So literally, like, I'm just going, you know what I mean, putting it together. And he's like, bro, we gonna finish this song. So literally, we did it all over FaceTime. I found the beat on YouTube. Shout out to Sound Dealer. Like, yeah, he did his thing on that one, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love the way that song opens up the album. Like, it's a very big, like, grand sound to it. And then, of course, having Lou, Alex, and CJ Saylor on the post-production just made it all come together. Because that's how, you know, our Strangers intro was done too. So I want to stay true to the elements of that.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Yeah, I agree that it was just a grand opening, and it wasn't a grand opening in terms of like, it wasn't like the turn track, but like it opened up the project in a perfect way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, literally ushers you in. So the next track is Pray For Me, featuring Kai Infinite.
Yes, sir.
Just a quick question, because I don't know this. Who provide background vocals on that track, like the background vocals?
Bro, so this is crazy for what I'm about to say, but literally, once again, that was another beat I found on YouTube.
So the background vocals were already in there?
Yeah, they were on the stems. So like when the stems got sent in when I purchased the beat, you know what I mean? Because we went exclusive, you feel me? What happened is, like, I was going through the stems and I'm like, okay, is there any way it can not be in there? You know what I mean? Because I didn't want to, you know what I mean? But bro, it was in there. So shout out to whoever that was. You have amazing vocals, and yeah, you made Pray For Me an incredible song. Like, you helped the feels be I don't know, those vocals kind of helped guide the record in the direction we wanted it to go. So it's like, if it wasn't for that, then who knows like how that song would have turned out.
Right.
So shout out to whoever you are.
Yeah, for real. No, for real. Okay, so yeah, that's good to know. With an uplifting track like this that feels like so universally relatable, why do you feel it's like important for you to, you know what I'm saying, have a record like this?
I feel it's important because it's just like, I feel like everyone needs that at a certain point in their life, even throughout their day. If we, you know, go down to the root of it, you know what I mean? Everybody just feels like sometimes they need just that, like, lift, you know what I mean, if you will. And that song did just that. Like, it gives people that lift, it gives that hope, it feels like a hug almost, you know what I mean? So in that, I just wanted to make sure, at least on this project, I have something that people can just be like, all right, cool, that's the one that's close to the heart, or just one that they can turn on at any point of like turmoil or being discouraged or anything like that, you know what I mean? So it's basically like a prayer for them. That's why, like, if you listen to the raps, like, it's kind of like I'm praying for them. Yeah, so shout out to that. So I love Pray For Me. Shout out to Kai Infinite, man, my brother.
Yeah, Kai Infinite killed that, and I love that record. The next one is Higher.
Yeah.
You know, Higher, produced by Matthias Young. So my question is, first about the title. So with the 3 I's in Higher, is the song paying homage to high power?
100%.
By Kendrick Lamar?
100%. You know what I mean? I saw K-Dot do the 3 I's back in the day as a kid. I was like, ooh. You know what I'm saying? Like him and Absol. But yeah, man, it's just like, honestly, like, just a state of consciousness, being aware, you know what I mean? Like, because that's where it starts before you take things to the next level. It's like acknowledging and realizing, like, all right, this is what I got to do to get to the next point. Everything all comes down to, like, you know, as far as progression goes, like acknowledging where you are and then identifying where you have to go after that. So I love that record for one. I made that almost like 2 years ago, something like that. I had that record for a while, but Matthias Young is an incredible producer. He also produced a few other records on the album. He's done a lot of stuff for like Don Toliver, Denzel Curry, a lot of different cool stuff like that. So I met him in LA actually in 2020 during COVID. Yeah, great dude, man. Shout out to Matthias Young.
Yeah. Yep. Matthias, I'm sorry, I said it wrong. Matthias. He dropped the project in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
I loved that project.
He fine.
Yeah, he snapped. I played that project like it was going out of style. Yeah, so Higher, yeah, that's a very like triumphant record that like provides a get up and like go get it feeling, and I like that. The next track, Angel Child, the origin story. So you talk about you start right from the beginning, from your mother giving birth to you in Augsburg, Germany. What brought your mother to that place?
What brought my mother there was my father's career at the time. He was in the military, and that was the first place that he was sent to overseas. And you know, when he went over there, you know, she couldn't be down here without him. So she went on to Augsburg, Germany. You know what I'm saying? They were a young couple, and they figured it out. You know what I mean? And then, you know, they gave birth to the angel child. Augsburg, Germany.
Wow.
March 4th. I ain't gonna say the year, that's telling my age. But nah, man, that's definitely like the origin story, going from where I was to, you know, once we got back to Virginia, going back home and living with my great grandparents in the crib that we shot the video in front of. So yeah, man. And also I even mentioned my great grandparents who owned that home, William Godwin and Carrie Ethel. So like at the end of Godspeed, if Dick and Carrie Ethel saw the vision, they'd be shocked.
Yes.
No lie, you know what I mean? And they still own that home to this day. So yeah, it just kind of made everything full circle.
Yo, that's amazing.
Yeah. Shout out to National Parkway in general though. Like Beeman's Mill, worked my way all the way through, so that's home. Shout out to Driver, all that.
Yep, shout out to Driver, yeah. I'm a Driver, baby. Driver Station East.
Come on.
So yeah, I just had that question because, you know what I'm saying, I didn't know.
For sure.
Yeah, and that song, you know what I'm saying, you name dropped Suffolk, you name dropped Kings Fork. The music video was directed by OG Films, you know what I'm saying, features a lot of areas from around and places around Suffolk. You know, Arthur's General Store, you know, Kings Fork High School. Yeah, just a lot of landmarks and places that if you're from Suffolk, you know, and you've been around. So me personally, it just made my heart feel full just to be able to, you know what I'm saying, see those type of places in a video like that. Let's see. So the next track is Without You.
Yeah.
And that's a track that's, you know what I'm saying, a little bit more personal. And in the first verse, you say, used to be conscious, I don't even care.
Yeah.
What does that line mean to you, and when did you start feeling that way?
It came to a point where it used to be conscious, I don't even care. It was just like, I used to be worried about like what people would think I would say in my songs. But it's just like, I'm not really being me as an artist if I'm holding myself like that, you know what I mean? So it's to a point now where it's just like, bro, just do it, say it, you know what I mean? That's the purest form of the art, and it's like, I don't want to cut anything I'm saying. So in that case there, it's just like, you know, I used to be conscious of what I was going to say, but it's just like, if it's coming from me, then it is what it is, you know what I mean? It's my art, and I'm gonna make sure that I'm me through and through on it. So yeah, man, we just out here, you know? We gonna make the music, we gonna say what we gotta say. Yeah, so just standing on your words.
I like that.
Yep.
I like that. Yeah, because I mean, of course, at first, somebody hearing that line, they would probably think like, okay, he used to think that he was a conscious rapper. Does he not care about like being a conscious rapper? Like, what does that mean? But you're saying that the consciousness comes from being conscious of what other people think about what you say. And yo, I used to care about that. Now I don't care, and I'm just gonna say it, and I'm just gonna be me. You know what I'm saying? So the next song is Park Angel.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the next song.
Some bars.
Yeah. This sounds like some 90s hip hop, but futuristic at the same time to me.
Yeah.
Like some video game shit a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But it's dope. the song actually grew on me. Like, yeah, it did. Like, so the first time running through, I liked it. I didn't love it as much as the whole thing. But as I'm listening to it more and more, I'm like, this is just as good as each and every one. So it's truly no skips, like, at all. Talk about how that song came about.
Man, I remember first hearing that beat. Matthias, of course, saved the day. He sent a pack through, and I heard it, and I was like, "Ooh, this is hard." So like, what I do is a lot of times is like I'll send my beats to two people. I'll send it to either my dad or Rove, one of the two. And so I sent it to both of them. My dad was like, "That's the one." I sent it to Rove. That's the one. And Hunt was like, "Bro, just rap."
Yeah.
Literally, that's when he was in his era where he was just like, okay, like, I like the melody and everything, but people need to hear you just flat out rap. Yeah. So I was like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? I kind of treated that one like a freestyle exercise. You know what I mean? It really was originated from the freestyle. Like, I was like, all right, cool. I ain't even finna write a whole lot. I'm gonna just go in here and the first thing that comes to me, yeah, just get off. You know what I mean? It's one of them joints where I just, you know, I thought about shooting a video to that, but I don't know yet. But I love that song though. Shout out to Park Angel.
Park Angel could go in New York.
Yo, we was just talking about that in the car on the way here. You know what I'm saying?
But as I'm thinking about it, that could go.
In New York, that go wild, bro.
Because when you said the freestyle, when you said that came from the freestyle vein, that's what made me think.
That did come, yeah, and it did come from the freestyle.
Yeah, so
damn,
we'll just put a pin in that.
I like that. Yo, shout out to Jack Jenson, bro. If you get a video for that, right here on the spot. Nah, that's hard.
I just thought about that. When you said that just made me think about it. So, okay, so the next one is at first it was my first all-time favorite, but I think it's tied with this one in Phil. So All In, produced by Michael 7. Yeah. A banger, a colossal record. I think it's the highest point, you know what I'm saying, in terms of like turntness on the album, you know what I'm saying, which gives that Breeze Park feel, you know what I'm saying. Talk about how that song came about.
How that song came about, man. Like I said, it was 7 had come down from LA at the time when he was living there. Yeah. He had come down. I hadn't seen him shoot in person in a couple years. He was running through some beats. He was like, "I got this one for you," and when he played it, I was like, oh nah, like I need this. And then I heard the drums come in and everything, and I was like, ooh, you feel me? So like it was just real fire, bro. And I knew I didn't have anything like that. Like Ro was listening through everything. He was like, you need something that got some bounce, a little more up in tempo. So he was just like, this one will work. Like if you can catch a pocket on it, go for it. So man, that's how that record came about, man. As soon as I heard that beat, I already knew. I probably got like a little VHS piece of footage or something on me where I can show where he first played that beat, because I got it for when he did Without You too. Yeah, I'm gonna post that at some point just so people know I ain't up here Kevin. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, that, but just to show people that like you got parts from the process, you know what I'm saying? You got parts from the process. And excuse me, somebody like me, I love to see, you know what I'm saying, just the process of stuff, especially if I love the record. The next song is Over Everything. Produced by 1995, who was mad, who was hard. That's another like soulful and more introspective record. I felt I sensed a sense of urgency, like in the first line when you said, "Gotta make it count while I got him here." No lie. Manifested vibes. I'm gonna make the moment. No lie. So like that's kind of like a sense of urgency right there. Yeah. You mentioned, you know what I'm saying, Trady Stunner. When you say, walking on the scene, like, what up, world, represent my brother, you know what I'm saying? So it's Stunner World. What positive trait do you think that you carry on from Trady?
Oh, man, like, from Trady Stunner. First and foremost, rest in peace to my brother Trady Stunner.
Yeah, rest in peace, Trady.
Just the spirit to keep going. Like, that's like somebody that never stopped trying or never stopped going at any point. Like, that's the only person I seen where every time I seen him, he was doing something involved music. Like we used to go to Colt Crib when he was living in Norfolk. You know what I'm saying? Trady B sleep on the floor for like 2 hours, get up, knock out 4 songs, go back to sleep, barely eat. You know what I mean? And you gotta think I've known him way before that too. Like I met him when he was like 12, 13, like on the internet. You know what I mean? And he was producing his own music, writing his own music, shooting his own videos, editing his own videos. He was like that first hybrid artist that could do like everything. You know what I mean? So like, you know how like you have somebody like Travis Scott out here that's just like one of them ones he could just do any and everything. Yeah. Trady Stunner was the first version of that I ever seen in my life. You know what I mean? And like he was doing it well before me and Play were doing it. So yeah, man, just versatility. Yeah, versatility, just being able to do it all and just, you know, just be relentless for it. That was his thing.
Yeah, when I think about Trady, I think about that too. And like you said, I think about that work ethic that never stopped.
Bro, he was up. Everybody else go to sleep, he up.
Like never stopping. Nope. And I believe that that's a positive trait that, you know what I'm saying, I feel like we all who knew him carry on, is that we got to keep going. Just got to keep going, because no matter what was happening in his life, he kept going.
He did. He did.
Okay. So on that song too, you talk about, you know what I'm saying, 2012, you know what I'm saying, you name drop Misty Ridge Lane, where the old studio was. And I felt like we were taking a ride with you through the city as you were describing these things, which was real cool. You know? Fire. Yeah. Okay, so on to the next, An Angel's Interlude. Yeah. Another installment of Park Angel Radio. You know what I'm saying? The through line through the project. 100%. So on An Angel's Interlude, you have voicemails from people talking about, you know, the album and shouting you out for making the album. Can you shout each person out? Can you remember who?
I can't write off, but I can remember a few people. I know Mom. We had Mom on there. We had my homie Suge on there. You know what I'm saying? We had my boy Rod C. We had my homegirl Tina from the city, you feel me? We had Michael 7, Trap House Coda. Who else do we have on there? My brother Cool BSC.
Who said what up, Pot?
Drew Famous. Yo, we had the homie Drew. Hey, yo, shout out to homie Drew Famous. But yeah, we had Drew Famous on there, man.
You are hilarious.
He did an incredible job on his part too. And oh my God, if I forgot, bro, I'm so sorry. But thank you so much for being a part of it. I wanted people that like have genuinely been supporting for some time to be able to have an opportunity to be on something like that. You know, that way they can be heard. You know where they from, all that good stuff. You know, I just want to keep it Virginia.
Yeah, and I feel like y'all definitely did that. It was just so cool, and it was very refreshing for those of us who missed that part of albums. You know what I'm saying? And for somebody who's on the outside looking in, it makes you want to invest in the artist, because now you feel like you know a little bit more about them, because they're giving you pieces of their, you know what I'm saying, community. Yeah, I love that. Okay, so now we get to Parkside Freestyle. You know what I'm saying? Produced by Lucas Quinn. I call this track the heart of like the restorative feeling. You know what I'm saying? Because you describe that you're trying to. You describe the feeling that you're trying to restore at the beginning of the track. You know, why are you proud of this song specifically?
I love it because it was effortless. Like, it was just one of those things where, like, I don't know, bro. As soon as the beat came on, I got to it. Once again, shout out my manager, Rove, because listen, at the time I was at work and he was at home fishing through beats, and he was like, hey, like, I got a beat for you. When you get home, just go straight upstairs. I'm gonna have the stew ready. He played it. He was like, yeah, we gonna do that. So, yeah, man, I got my shit off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love the Parkside Freestyle. And I love the fact that I was able to have a moment like that in it, to where, you know, I could just do that. Like, I didn't have to follow a certain structure. It's just like, look, get on there and go. And that's, you know, what I enjoy most about myself, and enjoy the most about doing this too. Just being able to just go and just get into it. So
the freedom of it.
Hell yeah, man. I love that song.
Yeah, I love it too. Yeah, I love that song too. And then we get into Feels. You know, then we get into Feels, the closer. First off, that beat is just insane. Produced by Don Kevo.
Come on.
Yeah, that beat is just it's insane. Talk about the inspiration behind being more vulnerable in your songwriting.
Oh man, I'm gonna be real. I wasn't even planning on cursing up here, but at the time I made that, I was real fucked up. You know what I'm saying? That was like 2021, you know what I'm saying? And I was at my homie Boris' crib. Shout out to Boris the Lucid. We was out there recording, and I was like, yeah, I gotta do this song. So man, I went in there and we just went through it and everything, just recording it. And he was like, bro, this is beautiful. And he was the one that originally came up with the idea of, hey, let's add some bass to the record. So shout out to 48th Street for playing the bass on it, because 48th Street out here prospering, you feel me? Out here touring with Kevin Gates doing this thing. I just talked to the homie like last week. But yeah. So shout out to 48th Street. Of course, as you know, Lou Alex on the sax again, you know what I mean? I'm always keep the same cast of people with me because it just works, you know what I mean? You don't interfere with what works. Right. And yeah, man, just being more vulnerable in the records, man, that's what helps you grow. It helps you grow as a person, and it helps who listens get closer to you or feel closer to you. So I'm pretty sure at some point somebody gonna get up on me and be like, oh, when you said this line, I'm like, damn, I did say that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's cool. Like, that's part of the art, man. You gotta let people in, because at the end of the day, it's so many ways that I relate to the everyday person that I may not know about, but I'll find out in my experience interacting with them. So, you know, and shout out to Rove. He fought real hard for that song, because I wasn't about to put it up there. I felt like it was too vulnerable at one point.
Yes, no, shout out to Rove.
And he was just like, nah, bro, I'm fighting for this shit. And literally, like, I looked at the track list on the little whiteboard we had. Like, he stayed the whole summer with me as I finished the whole thing. And he was just like, nah, that's going on there. And just the way he said it, I was like, maybe we need to go ahead and put this on there.
It's going.
Yeah, he fought hard, bro. Yeah, but shout out to Fields, man. I love that song.
I'm very happy that he fought for that. Yeah, shout out Ro for fighting for that record. I've definitely, and I've told you this, I've shed some thug tears to that song. It strikes a chord, yo. It definitely strikes a chord. You know, the saxophones, you know what I'm saying, on the outro, it of course it gives you the same feeling reminiscent of The Stranger's outro. Yeah. You know, absolutely. And you did the same thing with the intro and the outro. Mm-hmm. It gives me the feeling of, you know, like a Kendrick outro, like a, you know, Real. Mm-hmm. Off of, you know what I'm saying, Good Kid, Mad City, something like that, or like a Mirror, you know what I'm saying, which was on Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. So yeah, it's a grand closing when you think about the journey that the album takes you through, and like you said, when you think about the journey that the album, that Good Kid, Mad City takes us through, you know what I'm saying, Kendrick's origin story, and then you get to Real, and it's like, and that's what feels like, you know what I'm saying? And it makes you want to go back and be like, okay, what did I just get through? You know what I'm saying? And what did I miss? So like at the end, I thought, like, man, what a journey that you took us on, you know, sonically. And with the entire project, I feel like you answered the question, who is Cameron Parker? Yeah. And I feel like that's perfect for a debut. Right. You know what I'm saying? For people who have known you since the Breeze Park days, and for people who just getting to know you now, you know, you want to know, who is this person, and you answer that perfectly with the debut. So my final question is, how throughout everything, from, you know what I'm saying, 10 plus years ago to where you are now, what has helped you stay sane and kept you grounded throughout all of it?
Really just having the right people around me to keep me going. It's like, the company you keep is like the biggest part of, you know, where you end up with it. You know what I mean? It's just like, if you keep good spirited people around you that are going to keep you going and offer you a different perspective that can take you to that next point, or just make you look at things more than just one time, you know, it kind of helps you maneuver a certain way. Like, all of my friends well, brothers, I don't really have friends. Brothers, like they all have different things going on to where I'm constantly being inspired by them. So, like just watching Play and Joe Fazo do like the photography and excel in that. Watching Rove, manage music, do fashion. You know what I mean? He graduated from fashion school in New York next year. Yeah. Like that type of stuff. You know what I mean? That's what get me going. You know what I mean? Because when inspiration is all around you, you can't help but be inspired. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, and that's my biggest thing. My biggest thing has always been to like inspire and just tell a story. So if in any way whoever listened to it or will listen to it takes that from it, then I did my job. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, just keeping the right people around, bro, and just staying focused, bro. It's gonna always be different things that's gonna get in the way, that's gonna kind of maybe knock you off the path a little bit, but it's just like that's the blessing of being able to wake up and do it all over again. You know what I mean? Kind of like how I said in Higher. What I say, you're not gonna have a testimony if it's not for tests. So take a single breath, just in case you done forgot you blessed. You know what I mean? Because it's simple. I was gonna say it's simple things like that, but in the grand scheme of things, that's not simple, bro. You know what I mean?
As we make it seem.
Exactly. So
simple, but to apply it. Constantly apply it.
Yeah, we in the land of the living, Brody. You know what I'm saying? You got to make the best of every day, man, and just be strong, bro. Like at any point, you're gonna always find that strength. So just shoot, if you need to listen to CMRNPRKR Angel, do it. Word. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, I'm just here to inspire, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah, and look cool doing that shit. Yep.
Yeah. The only thing I have to add to that is just like I wouldn't be here doing what I am now if it wasn't for you. Damn. And if it wasn't for Breeze Park, if it wasn't for y'all, because like you said, keeping the people who inspire you around you, you have no choice but to be inspired. So when I was able to, be exposed to, to Breeze Park and what you guys were doing, and, as we got closer over the years, it's just that has been the fuel to my fire and whatever I'm doing, because I'm like, if these people are around me, if these people are right up the street, if these people are right down the hallway, I'm talking about Tyus when we had, if these people are right down the hallway, there's no reason for me to not be creating and not moving forward and not staying focused and, and making sure that I do what I do in order to, inspire others. So, I appreciate y'all for that. And, I appreciate you for this. This is dope. We here.
Bro, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to you, man. You that man, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's my brother right here. I told myself, like, if I was going to take the opportunity to do something like this, I'd do it with family. Yeah. So, just to know that you're inspired in that way and what we did meant that much means the most. You feel me? And I want you to keep going. You feel me? I want you to keep fighting for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what we do it for anyway. We do it for the city. We doing it for Stunner. There's a lot of different reasons we do it for. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know the reason they do it or why they do it or lose the reason. You know what I mean? But as long as you wake up every day and got an opportunity, bro, just push for that shit. And I'm going to push with you. I'm doing the same thing, trying to get to it. You know what I mean? So, hell yeah, man. Shout out Suffolk, Virginia. You feel me? I had to make sure I got that off. You feel me? Niggas gotta know what time it is, man. Shout out to Suffolk, Virginia. Uptown, downtown, roots all over. You feel me?
Southside.
All of it, bro.
The little borderline right before Chesapeake, the little borderline right before you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, one of the biggest cities in the world. I say world, state, land-wise. Yeah, but shout out to Suffolk, man. It's the
most talented people in the world.
No, for real. And yeah, we coming too, man. There's so many more people that's coming on the way too, man. So just stay tuned, bro. Like but more importantly, Virginia, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Virginia.
For real.
Big Virginia. Big Virginia.
Real big Virginia.
So yeah, if you haven't listened to Park Angel yet, please go listen to that. It is not a wasted listen. It is not a I don't want to say it's not a quick no, it's not a quick listen. Like it's a journey. So take some time, sit down, listen to it.
You do some cool shit. You like point right here, and that's the album art.
Listen to it right here. But yeah, just go listen to that, yo. It's great music, and it's gonna make you feel something. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's fire.